in round 2, we've got the choice. We'll play first. And yeah, it's a keep. I mean, we don't have a play until turn 4, but still like the hand. I mean, we've got both colors. I guess the Volcanic Vision's kind of an awkward little card to have in the opener, but I actually still think this is a keep regardless. All right, black-red dash, perhaps. Beastbreaker off the top would be nice. We do have 3. Dragon fodder, okay. So the question is, do I want to open with an Outrider or a Summit Prowler? If I open with the Outrider, I can attack with First Strike Trample when I play the Prowler. If I play the Prowler, there's less removal that can deal with it. All right. Well, guess we play the Prowler. Prowler also, ooh, that was a good draw. Prowler also plays around. So now I can play Prowler, next turn Outrider, and then Efreet plus Unmorph, but I can also go Efreet here, but he could kill it. I think I play Prowler. What this does is if he attacks confidently into it, it tells me he's got a combat trick, and it's just good information to have. If he has a removal spell, I guess I'd rather him do it on a Prowler than an Efreet. So if he uses removal, I'll play the Efreet next turn. If he attacks with everything, I'm pretty confident he's got something. All right. Did not show any indications of having something, which is a great sign. And a Morph, which is also fine. All right. Beastbreaker is a very good draw, so could swing with the Prowler. He can go Outcast plus Token, though, which I don't really like, so I think we just go Beastbreaker, Efreet, pass. So once I have my mana up, Efreet's going to be a lot more valuable. Oof. These Scale Guards nasty as all hell. That's a weird one. Well, I think I got to trade a Beastbreaker for a Morph. I don't want to know what that is. And it doesn't feel like I'm going to have a lot of opportunities to use Formidable. So let's just trade here. It was something he could have flipped in a couple turns, so I guess nothing could have immediately dealt with, but guess we swing. I want to see how he blocks, because I feel like if he goes double Goblin on Efreet, it's pretty awesome for us. No blocks is also interesting. So you can crack back for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can get in for 10 though, but then I can't. So if okay, I can unmorph plus kill Outcast, or I can play an Outrider and get in for 6, which I don't really like since it can't block. Guess if he's not blocking, we'll just get in a bunch of damage and kill the outcast. I was kind of hoping for a double goblin block, but this is okay too. Kind of want to bathe in Dragonfire now since Volcanic Vision would be much better. Interesting little 3-color brew. Alright, well, I guess we're dead then. Yeah, for Xaxes, that's always a bummer. Alright, so disappointing loss, but these things happen. So we'll figure out what we can do in game 2 here. Yeah, Xaxes lethal is always a big kick in the dick. Alright. So yeah, it's pretty good against us. Loose Calm is pretty good. Do I have a sideboard card? Collateral damage is good defense against Loose Calm, I guess. And it's a way to take out Elite Scale Guard. That might be... Let's get rid of the Chasm again. Let's bring in the collateral damage for that. I might just want that. Because, I mean, I don't really have any other ways out of Loose Calm, so at the very least I can get rid of their spell and kill one of their guys, maybe. Clossodon Yearling, once again, seems better against his tokeny guys. So maybe I take out the Outrider again. Volcanic Vision certainly looked bad that game, but I still think it's overall very good. Yeah, I think we ditch Outrider. Alright, let's try this. We'll play first. Well, we gotta keep it. I mean, we don't have a red mana, but we've got too good of a curve out to not keep it. Alright, well, not a bad draw considering. Okay. I don't really want to trade a Skirmisher for a Beastbreaker, so I think we're just going to go into chill out mode here for a little bit till we either get Formidable or have a Volcanic Rush online. All right. Alright, so we're just on the hunt for another creature. We'll be in pretty good shape. We'll have Formidable for sure. And then we can start being a little more offensive. No plays. Alright, well, Volcanic Vision's going to be pretty good at some point. I mean, I'm going to have to play Volcanic Rush. So I guess if I swing, he just goes block, block. Which is pretty bad for me. I guess I just chill out a little bit longer. I mean, I could also just attack with Yearling, but then he gets to crack back for more. I think we have to chill out a bit longer. I mean, he has missed a couple land drops, which means he's got a grip full of spells, which is worrisome, but this Volcanic Vision appears to be able to get good value this game, so I think we just have to continue to hunt for an actual creature. I mean, keep in mind I can also just play Volcanic Rush and then get it back with Vision to wipe his board, which is also really good. But yeah, the land draws are a bit of a bummer. Well, I mean, it's building me towards Volcanic Vision, so I guess it's not the worst. I guess if he plays a creature here, yeah, honestly, I think we're going for it. Basically, I just Volcanic Rush post or at the end of his turn, and then on my turn I Volcanic Vision. I could wait a bit longer, but that Sure Shot I think is going to start getting some value soon. He's like, what? All right, I mean, he's got a grip full of cards, so we've still got our work cut out for us. But by the same token, we have all of our creatures and we have a Volcanic Rush in our hand, so we do have that going for us. All right, so we can blow up a Beast Breaker, I guess. Ooh, well, now he's a little more... Yeah, actually, now we're pretty good shape. Since if we rush this, I can just Formidable. So let's just pump here. All right. That is not going to be enough to stop the onslaught. So we definitely have the victory here. That was a good draw when you have 8 mana. He already knows about the Volcanic Rush too, so I'm not sure that he can do anything. All right. So that was kind of cool. That was a cool use of Volcanic Vision, if I do say so myself. So yeah, I can beat my opponent's deck when he's mana screwed. That impresses you guys, right? You're impressed when I beat my mana screwed opponents? I know you are. Yearling looked pretty good there, I do have to say that. That was, I think, ultimately a good choice over the Outrider. I would have taken too much damage. All right. Anything else I want on the draw? I think we're okay. I think we do it like this still. Gotta mind that lose calm. That thing is nasty. All right. It's a very good hand. I mean, it requires lands, but I think having 15 cards we can draw, as well as a 2-drop creature in both colors, and like our best defensive 3-drop is pretty awesome. Opponent Snap keeps it 6. Another Beastbreaker draw is fine, I guess, if we don't draw lands. All right, Vile. So I'll just play a Beastbreaker into that. That's okay. I'm not going to not play my creatures because of it. All right, still fine draw. I actually don't mind if he uses Vile on my Beastbreaker either, since I'd rather him do that than my my Goreswine. All right, let's just swing and see if he uses the Vile, and that way I can follow up with a Goreswine rather than a like Colossedon Yearling. I think I want the Goreswine here. What this Goreswine does is pressure him a lot if he doesn't have a creature play. If he does have a creature play, I can sit back on it till I get formidable. Yeah, like he could have removal, which is fine. So I can Sprinting Warbrute here too, which is probably better. 9 potential damage. Otherwise, I play like Colossedon Yearling. I can't even do. I like the Warbrute here. It's 9 damage. He probably has a removal spell, but he wants to use it on the Goreswine. So getting in for 5 damage, I think, is better than just like getting a Colossedon Yearling. Wow, or he just doesn't have anything. In which case, that was a much better play, because now he's just closer to dying from Sarkhan's Rage if he doesn't play something pretty immediately here. 4 mana untapped, no plays is pretty amazing, actually. Scale Guard. So this is where a land would definitely come in handy. Alright, well, I did get the land, but not exactly the one I wanted, but that's okay. So we still get to dash out our Warbrute and get in for 5, which is still pretty good. And he doesn't block, which is also interesting. Which is good for us since we have Sarkhan's Rage. Also keep in mind we have an actual drag. Oh, you have to control the dragon. Unlike the other ones, where you have to have it in your hand, this one actually just makes you control it. Next turn I can go Beastbreaker plus Yearling. If he does have a creature play, which I think he probably does. Could also just hard cast the Warbrute, but maybe that's better. I don't know. No, no, I feel like playing these two is much better, because then I can dash the following turn. That makes more sense. All right, so he's probably just setting up for like a lose calm win is my guess. Oh, okay. He didn't dash it. Makes more sense. Ooh, Bathe. Not bad. So I can Sprinting Warbrute again. And he probably just chumps. I'm going to play Beastbreaker plus Yearling and pass. Basically, I'm just building my board to a point where he has to match it to be able to live. Oops. Could have also just Sarkhan's raged the Scale Guard, but I don't like that so much. Alright. Gained a little bit of life there. One card left in hand, though. We're in pretty good shape. Should be able to even beat a lose calm, which is good news. Tarka Pummeler's a pretty big dude. So I think I might just hard cast the War Brute. Could also just cast the Sign of Ugin, which might be better. So even if he does the Formidable, I'm still alive. Wild Call could get me a 5/5. That's probably better than playing the War Brute, honestly, since a 5/5 kind of motivates him to attack. Even if he has lose calm and he attacks, it's 8. It's certainly not lethal. Bathe and Dragonfire sadly doesn't do much on this board. Yeah, I think we're just playing Wild Call. Collateral damage. Well, there's my lose calm out. So now I guess he's motivated to attack with Elite Scale Guard to get some damage in. But we're still matching him on board. We have more cards in hand. We have a lot of high impact cards in hand as well. All right, Territorial Rock is not very intimidating. One card left in opponent's hand. Okay, so got a land, so I can play Sign of Ugin. I can swing with Manifest, see how he blocks. Does not have Reach of Shadows up. Even if he did, he couldn't cast it on my Manifest. Could also dash Warbrute. Can also just swing with Beastbreaker and Manifest. That's pretty huge. Doesn't have great blocks. I think we probably just do that. I want to see how he blocks. If I'm taking out one of these, I'm in pretty good shape. That's interesting. Maybe he wants me to pump to like kill it in response. I could get him in Sarkhan's rage range, but now I'm more motivated to just play a post-combat Sign of Ugin. I'm going to do that. This just gives me a huge board state. Now Sarkhan's rage doesn't deal damage to me. I'm still not vulnerable to lose calm. Outcast does give him some degree of protection, but not enough where I'm too concerned. So if I draw a land, I can actually dash plus Bathe in Dragonfire, which is pretty sick. He's swinging too. So maybe his last card is, in fact, Lose Calm. Alright, we'll take our medicine here. Okay, so we can dash plus... So I can bathe 7 mana. I can swing with the team. If we get in 3 damage, he's just dead. I can Sarkhan's Rage, Scale Guard. So he has lethal on Crackback with Lose Calm, which I do think is his last card. So I may have to use Sarkhan's Rage on one of his guys. I guess it's just, how does he block? Let's just swing Beastbreaker, Manifest Scion. I want to see what he does here. I mean, maybe he just takes the 5 and then I just get to kill him with Sarkhan's Rage. If he takes the 5, we just win. Alright, well, I'm going to win. Beautiful. I do think the last card in his hand was Lose Calm, and he was probably going to go for a victory that way, but cool. Got the victory. I'm glad the attack panned out well for us. Opponent's deck was good again, but he missed his mana in game 2, and this game 3, he had a mulligan, and I think he might have kept a ultimately questionable 6-card hand, or it could have just been his draws were poor, because I remember on his turn 4, he just passed, he left all his mana up, and he didn't have a play, which would indicate to me he had either a lot of lands in his hand or just a bunch of 5-drops, which might have been more likely what it was. Probably just a lot of lands, though. All right, we'll see you in the finals.